Jason.
And we have another special interview for you today, as well as a walkthrough of one of Grand Design's newest rigs. So I'm very, very excited about this. So let's jump right in. All right, would you mind giving a brief introduction of who you are and what you do for Grand Design?
Sure. I'm Rob Groover. I'm the product manager for Grand Design, which basically means I oversee everything Solitude.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
So if people who have older Solitudes and they send in recommendations, do those get to you?
Absolutely, absolutely, and we encourage it very much. So how we design our units, it's not, a lot of companies will design something that's easy to manufacture, and they'll shove it out into the field, and they'll try to convince you on why you should like it and why it makes sense. We design a whole different way. Customer feedback, literally, you guys are the ones that design our units. So.
Awesome, and we definitely see it because all the things we've complained about with our 375 are implemented on the new one, and we are completely jealous.
Yes, we have an early model of the 2018 375, and there were very minor things like the light switch placement, and even in the later models of 2018s, that customer feedback was already received and changed.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
it gives you RV envy.
You have to give you guys a reason to buy another one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're angry that you made those changes, but for all of you out there buying a brand new one, it's for the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we are currently sitting in the 380 front living.
380 FL, yep.
FL, okay. So I just want to let you guys know that I walked through this yesterday and lost my mind. Like, it was everything that we were looking for in an RV, and the 375 hit all our needs, and that's what we went for. But then seeing this floor plan yesterday, I'm dying. I can't wait to show you this. So before we get to the walkthrough, I did do a brief, we showed you guys a sneak peek on our Instagram stories yesterday, and we got a couple questions, so I want to take this opportunity to ask those to you.
Sure.
And the first question I got was, is this a 2019 or a 2020 model?
It's brand new for 2019. We've only built a couple, haven't even got them in production yet. So these will be available in about the next 6 to 8 weeks, but they'll all be 2019s.
Awesome.
Okay, nationwide to all your dealers?
It'll take a little bit of time to fill the pipeline.
Okay.
But yeah, they're going to start hitting dealers lots in about 6 to 8 weeks roughly.
Okay.
Wow.
And then another question we received was, what is the MSRP on this rig?
It can depend pretty drastically depending on options, full body paint generators and some of those higher dollar things. But what we call our standard build, which is how we build probably 80% of our units, it's going to be somewhere in the mid 90s to 100,000.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so those were a couple of the questions that you guys wanted to know. So I'm sure you're dying to see this rig, so let's just jump right in.
All right, so what do we have new? Obviously, this is the front living room, so that's where we are. So why don't you take us through some of the fancy things you guys put in here?
Yeah, this is our new 380. One of the nice things we do that a lot of the other front lounge models in the industry don't is you'll notice we'll have a straight roof line all the way to the front. And what that allows us to do is allows us to have these really tall slides up here. And then, which also in turn allows us to have much bigger windows you're gonna see in most front living models. The windshield has been a huge hit with our customers. Obviously, it lets more natural light in the unit when you're not watching TV. If you do want to watch TV, you simply press this button, TV automatically comes up, pull the shade on the window, and you're good to go. This is something else that we do. This is actually an infrared fireplace. It's 48 inches wide, where most of the guys are going to use a 27. So that's a lot more residential. It's LED backlit. We also have LED dimmer switches right here, so you can dim the lights over the TV over the window whenever you want. All of our furniture, this is all new styling of furniture. These are both trifold hide-a-beds. You can pull them out simultaneously and they actually meet in the middle. So if you do have guests, you have plenty of room for sleeping. These are our new theater seats, so we just added this center console in the middle. We didn't used to have that, and then we moved all of our controls. These are power heat, massage, and a built-in light at the baseboard. We added all these controls down under the inside of the arm where they used to be up here, so it just gives the furniture a lot more of a residential look.
All right, so why don't you take us through the additions to the kitchen? What's fancy here?
Of course. So as you can see right here, every Solitude model comes standard with an 18 cubic foot RV style refrigerator. You can also option in an 18 cubic foot residential style 110 only refrigerator. This is all our new Chef's Collection Furrion oven and cooktop. Everything has direct spark ignition, 22 inches wide. It's the biggest oven that you can put in an RV. Along with that, standard comes a convection microwave, not just your standard, but it's convection as well. And then this is something that a lot of front living models do not have. A lot of the guys, this is literally all their storage and all their pantry space. So this, you still have nice big deep cabinets here, bank of drawers down here, but then you have this massive pantry as well with adjustable shelves up top and pull-out drawers on top. Another nice thing, since this is a rear master bath model, if you do have guests and you're sleeping, you actually have a nice little half bath right here so your guests can use the bathroom without having to walk through your bedroom. If you turn around here, we use the biggest windows that we can find anywhere we can use them. So you guys are outside, you're camping, you're in nature. What we like to say is we want to bring the nature into the units. So you'll see this on every Solitude out there. Down here, something else that's newer, you actually have built-in shoe storage under your steps. With this particular model, unfortunately, as you can see, there's nowhere to put a coat closet or anything like that. So you can just slide your shoes right under the step and still be right by the entry door. Something else we just added a matter of weeks ago was central vac. It's standard in all Solitudes now, and that does have the built-in kit pan or dust pan right here. So you can just sweep the stuff right in and be done with it right by the entry door. So a couple new things that we did in this model. First and foremost, we went to a solid hardwood step, which is really nice, really residential. And then in this model particularly, we have a double coat closet right here, which is a ton of storage. Come up here into our bedroom. A couple things we do. Again, we want to try to make these as residential as possible. So a really, really hot thing out there right now are barn doors. So you can see we actually added a barn door here and a barn door right behind you there. Something else that's a little bit newer for us is our hidden dresser storage that lifts up. Great place to keep valuables. Nobody's ever going to know it's there unless you know it's there. So pretty cool stuff. This is all hanging, this is all hanging, and that's all hanging. And then you have a big drawer bank of 6 drawers here. Again, going back to what we were talking about earlier, windows on both sides. Try to put windows everywhere where you can actually place them. This is a king size bed, and this particular unit, this is also available in a queen, but you'll get nightstands on either side no matter what you do, which is rare for some other manufacturers. Coming in here, this is our big master bath. We actually borrowed this idea from the Highline diesel pusher world. This is about the #1 selling Highline diesel Floorplan in the industry right now. So said if it works for motorhomes, why won't it work for Highline fifth wheels? So you can see you have the double labs here, an absolute ton of storage, a window in your bathroom, which is a rarity. You have your washer dryer prep over here. If you don't choose to put in a washer dryer, tons of storage, tons of hanging space. And then this is something that's brand new. I don't know of anybody that's ever done it in the industry. So this is our new sunken tub, 1-piece fiberglass sunken tub. The nice thing about this is it gives you about 6'7" of head height before having to put your head in the actual skylight. If you do have small kids, pets, something like that, that's a great place for those guys as well.
All right, so we're outside. This looks very familiar to the 375 Res, but a little different.
Yep, something that we copied basically or borrowed from our 375 RES model was this massive exterior storage back here. So the big design challenge when we did this in this model, since you have that rear bathroom and you have a stool, you have 2 sinks, you have washer dryer prep, you have a shower, is what the heck do you do with all that plumbing? So our engineers absolutely nailed it. If you can look in here, you'll see that there is no exposed plumbing in this entire pass-through. Another nice thing about this is it gives you 12'4" of storage from the back moving forward to this wall, so it'll fit even the biggest kayaks if that's what you're into. Something else we added on the 380 was the addition of the second patio awning up top. So you have almost 29 feet of under awning space when both awnings are deployed. All right, so this is something else that we added not on the 380, just like we have in the 375 RES. With all this massive storage, the problem is how do you get to everything? So we worked with Moride, and they developed this big pull-out steel 800-pound capacity heavy-duty tray. Very diesel pusher-esque. Something else that we just added a matter of a few weeks ago is a true towing hitch. This isn't just an accessory hitch. This is actually rated at 3,000 pounds towing. 300 pounds of tongue weight, and we even added the 4-way plug for you.
All right, well, thank you so much for giving us this walkthrough.
You're very welcome.
We are completely in love with this rig, and we now have Airbnb and we want to upgrade.
Perfect.
But
perfect.
The only question I had, which I wondered this yesterday, there are 2 toilets in this rig, so does that mean there are 2 sewer connections?
No, actually our engineers worked really hard to combine everything so you'll only have one sewer hose coming off your coach.
Nice. All right. You heard it here first. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough because I sure did. So please give this video a big thumbs up. If you have any questions on this rig, leave them in the comments below and we'll try and get those answered for you. And don't forget to subscribe to join our Getaway gang. We'll see you next time. Bye.